Hello, everybody. I'm trying to find the right word to articulate this as best as I can. I received a message or a direct message from a brother, a Marine that I served with for over 3.5, 4 years. He messaged me telling me that one of our Marines that we served with killed himself last night as of this particular video. Now, I discharged from the military in 2022. Since I've been out, one Marine was killed in an accident, and two killed themselves by suicide. Of all the 8 years that I served, two committed suicide, one was killed. Now, I'm pissed off because the Marine who was killed by an accident is very unfortunate. I was upset about that. Now, the suicide, that's where this gets touchy. I didn't even know if I was going to make this video or not, but I had to because I'm getting pissed off about hearing this kind of thing. Now, normally when someone close to you or someone that you know commits suicide, a lot of people will shed tears because they're sad, mainly sad. I'm different. And maybe it's because I'm sad is why I feel this way, but I get angry. It's hard to piss me off, but this pisses me off. I understand that there are mental wars that we are all dealing with. Do I know? Absolutely not. Do I have a right to speak on this if I don't know what they're going through? Yes. Everybody has a right to speak on this shit because it's not good. It's not good. I don't know what mental warfare you have going on in your lives, but I hate when I hear about someone committing suicide, whether it's an American, whether it's a veteran, or whether it's just another human being on earth. You are important to somebody, or you will be important to somebody. I don't know the struggles that you are dealing with in your life. I don't know. A lot of us don't know because you're not saying anything. There are people there that can help. Man, there are people there that can help to prevent this. When you commit suicide, and this is why I'm more pissed off than sad, and like I said, maybe it's because I'm sad on why I'm pissed off, but this is how I normally cope with it and deal with it. I hate hearing about suicide because it's more selfish than anything, because more times than not, you are leaving behind a parent. You are leaving behind a wife. You are leaving behind a child that is going to grow up or live through their lives without their father, their son, their grandson, you name it, granddaughter. The reason why I'm saying son is because, like I said, I received a message from a brother of mine, of a Marine that we served with who committed suicide last night of this video. From what I gather, from what he told me, he left behind a wife and a 2-year-old daughter. Okay. I'm pissed. Now, normally when someone passes away, we always talk about the good that person did, regardless on how much of a bad person they were. I'm different. If you were a bad person in life and you pass away, I'm going to keep that same energy even when you're gone. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I got to be realistic in that matter. This person, however, was a legit good person. Okay. At least with me, he was quiet, but he did his job. If he had a question, he asked. He was not a bad Marine. He was not a bad man. This was a good man that we're talking about here. His name is Cody Salmons, or Salmons. We always teased him on his name, but he rolled with it. That's how much of a good dude he was, man. And I'm going to go over something with you guys. In 2023, 50,000 Americans died by suicide. According to what I see here in this record, that's more than any other year on record, 50,000. How many of those were veterans? From what I gather, it was about 7.9% of those being veterans. Okay, small percentage, I guess. I don't care how small it is. That's people killing themselves because of something that they're going through, or either how they were treated or what they're going through in the military. And believe me, I get it. There are people who ask me, hey, if I want to do military, what would be your advice? I'm like, hey, if that's what you want to do it. But I will always tell people, make sure you have mental tough skin. And if something happens, I get it. You don't want to snitch. I get it. But that's a piss poor mentality. I'm sorry. That's a piss poor mentality. If you're not getting treated fairly, or if you're a woman, I'm not gonna go down that subject, but you know I'm going down with that. Say something, man. Say something, because there are people there that need to be held accountable for something like that. And if you're going through something mentally because of how you're treating, or if you're going through something at home, say something. Don't give a crap what anyone says. Don't give a crap saying about someone being like, oh, they're mental, oh, they're weak because they're going through this and that. Say something, man. Your mental health is important more than what's important, what other people outside think about you. And every time I go on social media, regular Americans, I'm gonna just say regular Americans, because that's how I'm gonna look at these particular individuals who go on social media and bash veterans because of what they do overseas. Now, granted, are there some veterans that get into trouble overseas because they do something stupid? Yeah, there are. There are, yes. But there are veterans that go down there and they're just simply doing their freaking jobs to protect themselves so they can get home safe and sound to their families, so they can protect to the man or woman to their left and right, so they can get home to their friends and families, people that are important to them. But you got people here that are safe and sound in America saying, oh, you did this, you did that. Okay. Let there not be a military in the United States for one freaking day. Guarantee it ain't gonna be as freedom as we say. Guarantee it. I'll call it. Let the military in the United States not exist for just one day. Maybe I'm being generous when I say the one day. This video is titled Message to All Veterans because it was a veteran that committed suicide, but this really goes to everybody in the entire world. If you're going through something, if you're afraid to talk to somebody, swallow that pride and talk to somebody, man. You are important to somebody. I wholeheartedly believe that, man. I wholeheartedly believe that. Don't do this. Because the reason why I say it's selfish is because now that person who loves you or is close to you, they don't know what's going on 9 times out of 10. And they didn't get a chance to try to help you get out of that funk that you're in. I take that very, very serious, regardless of what kind of channel this is. I mean it when I say that. You are important to people. Most importantly, be important to yourself. When you look in the mirror, look at that person and say, I got to protect that person, whether it's physically or mentally. You have to protect that person because there is only one of that person. Only one. And there's no one else like you, man. You are important to somebody. Something that you do, big or small, can change somebody's life. Something big or small can change your life. And people are going to remember you for that. They're going to remember the good, even when you commit this act. But you don't want your legacy to end because of that. No, you don't. You don't want that. The people that love you don't want that. I don't want that. So in the description, I left the phone number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And from this day forward on the rest of my videos, that number is going to stay there. You are important to somebody, whether you know it or not. And like I said, I don't know what everyone is going through in their lives. What they're going through in your lives is none of my business. Everyone is struggling with something. I do get that, and I understand that. But committing suicide is not justified for what you're going through. It's not, man. It's not, and it never was, it never will be. It never will be. Cody Salmons, whatever you were going through, my man, I'm sorry that there was, if you did look for help, I'm sorry that either there was no one that could help, or if you didn't look to help. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But I mean this when I say this, you were good people. Whether his family sees this or veterans who I've served with sees this video, hopefully you see that Sergeant Toomer loved you, bro. I mean that. wherever you're at, man, I hope mentally you're cleared. But because of suicide, man, and I say this to other veterans too, hopefully that are looking down. When you do what you did, you hurt people. Even though you were hurting as well. When someone leaves the house or they go to work, I always say, please get home safe, because you just never know. Americans, veterans, people across the world, if you need that help, seek it. Seek it, man. None of this is scripted, guys. I'm just sitting here rambling and talking. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but I had to say this. It's sad, but it pisses me off more than anything. Just know at the end of the day, and I sincerely believe this, you are loved. And if your life is that bad, because like I said, I don't know what you're going through. If your life is that bad where you don't feel it, rise up and continue to live through your life and know that somebody who will, if that's what you feel, somebody out there loves you. Somebody out there wants you to get home safe. Someone out there wants your pillow to be cold. Someone out there wants your body to stay warm. Someone out there wants your bellies to be full. Someone out there wants your mind to be clear. And if you don't feel that someone out there wants that, want that for you. Want that for you. It starts with you first. Want that for you. And I want this for you because whatever you may be going through, I want you to rise above that, because you may meet someone down the line who may be thinking the same thing that you're thinking of doing if you are wanting to do that. And you could be a hero to somebody, a success story to somebody. You don't need to be a success story for the world. You can be a success story for that one individual who could change the world, or that one individual who can be a blessing to somebody else, and it can just trickle on. Cody Salmons, I love you, bro. This shouldn't have happened, but just know you are loved. And to anyone else out there, I love you. I really do. Please, stay safe, get home safe, and live your life hopefully wanting to change somebody else's life or yours. I love y'all. Take care.